unfortunately, and it's an unfortunate reality of the world, is that it's player versus player. Like if you go to a video game, if you play Call of Duty, right? There's 20 people in there, and we're all trying to kill each other. And the world is very, very similar financially. I'm not saying we should be out here killing each other, but I'm trying to explain that there's a certain amount of resource and everyone's trying to get it. And I understand your perspective, but your perspective is feminine, as it should be because you're a woman, right? But the masculine imperative and the masculine perspective is you have to understand that life is war. It's a war for the female you want. It's a competition. Every man's trying to get her. It's a war for the car you want. It's a war for the money you want. It's a war for the status. It's a war. Masculine life is war. If you're a man who doesn't view life as war, you're going to lose. So as a man, you have to wake up and think, okay, everything I want, other men want. I have to outcompete every other man to get it.
In fact, you and I were talking about social media before this, about just not having Instagram on your phone and not dealing, and you feel better.
Yes, I think that one of the issues with social media that's been pointed out by many people is that I think maybe particularly Instagram, people look like they have a much better life than they really do.
Right.
So
by design.
Yeah, people are posting pictures of when they're really happy. They're modifying those pictures to be better looking. Even if they're not modifying the pictures, they're at least selecting the pictures for the best lighting, the best angle. So people basically seem they're way better looking than they basically really are.
Right.
And they're way happier seeming than they really are.
You'll always be disappointed if you think some big force is going to save you. Yeah. You'll always be disappointed. So just solve it for yourself.
There's always a striving towards utopia, right? Like this is the ultimate goal, that if you ask people, what would you like out of civilization? Well, I'd like everyone to be happy and everyone to get along and there to be no war, nothing, no suffering, no anything. But in order to really truly learn about yourself and about life, you have to overcome adversity. You have to experience things. And I firmly believe that in order to truly appreciate love, you have to understand and really have felt hate. And to really appreciate camaraderie, you have to feel loneliness. So this is just a part of being a person.
People need a load, and we need adversity, and we need difficulty. We need all of that. So maybe what you want is an adventure, the greatest adventure that you could have. And that would involve, something to push against. It would involve real challenge. And so just see, Dostoevsky knew this, because when he wrote Notes from Underground, which I would highly recommend to everyone who's listening, it's a great book and it's a very short book. He criticized socialist utopia back in like 1860, way before it became the sort of widespread idea that it is now. And what Dostoevsky said was that, well, human beings are these very peculiar creatures, and if you gave us a utopia so that we had nothing to do but eat cake and busy ourselves with the continuation of the species, that was his line, that the first thing we do is smash it all to bits just so that something unexpected and troublesome would happen, because we're built for adventure and not for peace and happiness.
For comedians, it's a different thing because you feel like comedians. You're laughing, we're in your homes, everything is met with warmth. So when you see a comedian, especially if you're a fan of a comedian, you're associating everything with funny, and you're just looking for the funny moment.
Right.
You're looking past the normal moment. It's like you almost are frowned upon if you're normal, if you're just chill.
Right.
Because everybody wants the funny moment.
Right. They thought you were going to be funny all the time.
It's like I'm supposed to pop lock, right on site.
Yeah.
Like if it's 2 a.m. and you run into me and I say, hey, how you doing, man? That's not enough.
You must be able to take pride in the fact that your children don't ever have to do that.
Oh, and that's why I took the punches so they wouldn't have to do that.
Yeah.
I had my son at 16. He wanted to be a boxer. I said, you silly.
I saw you working with him.
Yeah, I said, get out of here. You ain't gonna get out of here. You stupid. You go to private school. You want to be a boxer and stuff. Oh. You travel, you go to European trips, you do trips and all that stuff, vacations. You want to be a fighter? Get out of here. You're a joke, man. You're a joke, man. And he's really serious. I think he's serious, man. I don't want nobody. What you gonna do? Fight some guy like me?
Yeah.
Some animal? I don't want my kids to go through that crap.
Yeah.
That's degrading. Some guy like that beating on you.